Last time on Flight Mike Alpha, Steph and I blasted off of Bermuda Dunes down there in Southern California, right by Palm Springs, to go ahead and fly over to Flabob. Had to cross through Banning Pass in some less than ideal weather, thanks to SoCal Approach for that pop-up IFR clearance. We broke out just in time to descend VFR down into Flabob, meet up with some friends, grab a delicious lunch there at the airport, and then make our way over to Apple Valley to grab some fuel, because, it was a few cents cheaper than there in Flabob, and eventually on back to Pahrump. I know we said we'd never fly at night again, but... I'm John from Fly 8 Mike Alpha, CFI turned airline pilot turned back to CFI. Come along on my journey, flying Alaska to Florida and beyond. So the game plan was take off out of Flabob, cross over San Bernardino, get some fuel in Apple Valley, and then continue on to Pahrump. Should be easy enough, right?
Flabob traffic, 6 Delta and runway 6 will be departing to the north, Flabob.
Cool, so runway heading will work pretty good for you for avoiding all the airspace around here.
Okay.
And then you have to kind of sneak out through that little doohickey.
Through there. Okay.
Yeah, through that very technical, the most technical term I can come up with is doohickey, also known as Class Delta airspace.
Uh-huh.
Avoid the doohickey.
Yeah.
All right, you want to give San Bernardino a call and see if we can transit their Delta?
San Bernardino. And our destination is Lima 35?
Yep. Big Bear.
And what do we want to climb to? Let's look at these mountains.
Oh, we want to go high.
Okay. We are about 8 miles southwest. San Bernardino Tower, Cessna 2906 to Delta, 8 miles southwest, transitioning the area northeast bound, climbing through 2,400.
And the Cessna Southwest calling for the transition. Say again your call sign, please.
2962 Delta.
2962 Delta, San Bernardino Tower, and what is your requested altitude to climb to?
We'll be climbing through 3,000, probably gonna head up to 8,000.
November 2962 Delta, transition is approved, altimeter 3002 at San Bernardino.
3002, transition approved, 62 Delta.
And 62 Delta, on your transition note to the northeast, what would be your heading to do that?
40, 040.
We're on heading 040, would like to remain on that if possible.
Okay, that's possible. Just check and see what your heading was. Thank you, ma'am.
Roger, 62 Delta, thanks.
62 Delta, roger. Traffic on about 4 miles straight in. Approach is a Mooney, descending about 2,500 straight in to Ontario, or San Bernardino.
Roger, 62 Delta is looking.
For what runway, dude?
Either way, they're below us.
Loading 1165 Whiskey, the traffic is
Alright, so what to do about the mountains and clouds and ice ahead of us? That is the question. Any ideas?
Well, I am inclined to get fuel here and just go straight to Pahrump and file IFR.
Land in San Bernardino.
Instead of crossing these mountains, because the clouds are right down to the
Well,
mountains.
we gotta cross them at some point if we land here. We still gotta cross them and go to Pahrump, so what's the game plan after that?
Well, so Pahrump is where? Because I thought it was more that way.
Pahrump is right there.
Oh, I see.
So, what would you like to do?
I
mean, it's easy. These are shallower, or smaller mountains to cross.
Yeah, we'll probably have to head that way.
Yeah, I mean, I see clear air. Like, we could jump the mountain range there probably easier. So why don't we give them a call and let them know you want to do that?
San Bernardino Tower, 62 Delta is just about midfield here. To the south would be requesting a turn towards the north to stay out of the clouds.
November 62 Delta, okay, resuming on navigation.
Resume on that 62 Delta. Oh, we're way above their stuff anyway, so.
Yeah, we can just cut right through that little, small gap there. Looks pretty enticing. And then wrap back around. Oh wow, that's really pretty, that little lake there. Look how, that lake's got to be at like 3,000 or 4,000 feet.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave it up to you, but I'm good with the descent whenever you are. Or like a, really slow descent.
Yeah.
I'll give you Apple Valley's elevation is 3,000 feet. Got 4,000, 5,000 feet to lose. Alright, you're at 122.8. There's some weather.
Visibility 6, rain, 5,500 overcast, altimeter 3001, landing and departing runway 3, runway 17 and 35 closed until further notice, ILS out of service, advise on initial contact, you have Lima.
Apple Valley traffic, Cessna 2962 Delta on an 8-mile final runway 36 Apple Valley. Apple Valley traffic, 6 Delta short final 36 Apple Valley.
Well, we've made it to
Apple Valley.
And now it's time for us to plan our route home, how we're going to get home, through some not so great weather with a bunch of restricted airspace in the way. Right now we've got, it looks kind of, good where we came from, and not so good where we really want to go to. So, what's the game plan?
I am texting somebody that's in Pahrump to see what the weather is doing, because we're most likely going to be getting there kind of darkish, and we're going to go up and over.
Wait, you mean we're flying at night again? That's shocking. Super shocking.
I'm shocked.
Bad weather, flying at night. I'm shocked. All right, let's see how this goes.
All right, here we go. Bye-bye, Apple Valley. See if we can get home tonight. Man, it makes a big difference being at 3,000 instead of sea level.
Oh yeah. At least it's really downhill, this runway. SoCal Approach, Cessna 2962 Delta, how do you hear?
2962 Delta, you're loud and clear, go ahead.
Yeah, 62 Delta, just departed Apple Valley. Would like a flight following to 74 Papa.
Where is that?
That's Pahrump, Nevada.
Okay, you should be on not March Approach, Joshua Approach, 12455.
12455 for 62 Delta, thanks.
You got it, see you later.
12455 Joshua Approach.
You're up.
Alright, so then our plan is to climb to what, 8,000?
Well, I don't know about 8,000 unless it's in the clear. I mean, you can try to climb above this layer here if you want. Your options are, I don't think we can go under it, so I would just keep spiraling up right now.
Okay.
See if we can get up through this little blue hole here. But we still get some daylight.
Should we try to do an IFR or this, or?
No, you get a lot more flexibility with VFR. Like IFR is only if you're gonna go through the clouds or if you're worried about the airspace. So I would try to do this on your own for now.
Okay, so you're saying...
There's that blue hole, you're good, just keep a left turn going. We need a lot of altitude.
Joshua Approach, Cessna 2962 Delta, how do you hear?
2962 Delta Joshua, loud and clear.
And 62 Delta just departed Apple Valley. Would request flight following 474 pop-up. That's Pahrump, Nevada.
Number 62 Delta.
And for 62 Delta, say again.
Cessna 62 Delta, verify your destination.
Destination 74 Papa.
That's where I live.
Okay. What's the weather doing there, bud?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, all I saw was this little slot here.
I don't see a slot.
Cessna 62 Delta, squawk 4722, and the Edwards, or the Palmdale altimeter 3005.
4722 for squawk and 3005, 62 Delta. And Joshua Approach, request to transition through restricted area 2502 November.
Cessna 62 Delta, radar contact 3 miles north of Apple Valley, unable, the airspace is active.
60 Delta, roger. Okay, so
what's the game plan?
62 Delta, area of light to moderate precipitation, 10 o'clock through 3 o'clock, 10 miles, tops unknown, and
was that it?
So this is the only really slot I see here. So if we just go past this little cloud here, then if it's not clear off to your left, don't have a whole lot of other options for you unless they've got some real low MVAs in the area.
Okay, and we can't go through restricted areas, so could
Right.
you,
You want that not there?
yeah.
Alright.
And approach 60 Delta, considering doing a pop-up IFR, any chance we could do that at about 5,000?
number 62 Delta, unable IFR that low. My MVA is 6,500. I know as you go eastbound with center, I believe it goes even higher than that.
Roger, 60 Delta.
Okay, well, yeah, so you can stop climbing. I don't think it's doing us any good here. Go back to doing this VFR. We can't really go over the top. Doesn't look like to me unless you saw something different.
No, I just need to know what direction, because I'm climbing to stay out of the clouds.
Well, just, you might as well maneuver the airplane in the vicinity of Apple Valley as if we're going to probably
November
go land
701
there.
Delta Bravo, contact SoCal 134.
The only way to get to Pahrump today is going to be to go under this stuff.
So, 62 Delta, I have my weather radar up. If you turn about 10 or 15 degrees to the right, and then start to head south just east of the Cajon Pass, I'm not showing any precipitation. I'm not sure what the bases and tops are in that area, but I'm not showing any areas of at least visible precipitation if you head towards Palm Springs, towards the Palm Springs area.
Roger, thanks for that, 60 Delta. I'm gonna circle around Apple Valley for right now and see, we might stay here and if we don't find a way.
Cessna 62 Delta, roger.
You can start a descent, because we're definitely not doing it at this altitude. I don't know, does this road, see this like whole deal? Like, is this remotely doable? Around,
It looks like there's quite a bit of viz. I mean, following this road, you mean?
yeah. I don't know, I mean, at least we can try to get to Daggett, you know, at least we're not going like the wrong direction or anything.
Okay.
Just try to follow it for now.
So this road actually stays out of the, yeah, restricted airspace, and then around there, what are you looking at the highest points around there?
Well, I mean, not highest points, but rather lowest points, what you want, right?
Well, the highest points in that valley, like
yeah,
by the road.
Yeah, the lowest, how low can you go? Yeah, I mean, like 2,000 feet would be a doable altitude, most likely going through there, but that's, you know, as low as you could possibly go safely. Maybe on the backside of these mountains it gets better. It's got to get better towards Pahrump. Like, I mean, they're calling VFR ceiling 3,500 at Daggett.
Yeah.
So it's like, just the further we can get past these mountains and past this stuff, I would watch your speed though around these mountains, because it seems like there's some wind or something out here.
Okay. And approach Cessna 62 Delta. I'll be headed towards Barstow, Daggett for now, and then we're going to see how it looks over there.
Number 62 2 Delta, roger, and there is an area of light to moderate precipitation. Again, as you make that turn, it will be 10 o'clock through 12 o'clock, 5 miles, bases and tops unknown, 20 miles in diameter.
Roger, 6 Delta, thank you.
So after that, we were pretty much done with approach. We got down fairly low, following the road, following that low terrain towards Barstow Daggett. And as you would typically expect, not a lot of weather forecasting in this area. The METAR wasn't quite holding up to be what it was saying it was as we got towards Barstow Daggett. It wasn't quite 3,500 overcast like we were hoping. And of course, it started getting dark on us. We decided, hey, you know, things are okay. It's starting to rain a little bit. And we passed Barstow Daggett. And as we pass there, we say, okay, it's getting really dark. It's kind of raining. And it's kind of like 34 or 35 degrees outside at 1,000 feet AGL. Not really super comfortable right now, given the potential for icing and the fact that we're flying fairly low and it's dark. So, as we arrived towards Baker, we had said, hey, you know, we've already talked to flight service. There was no NOTAMs at Barstow Daggett or Baker or Pahrump for that matter. So I think we've pushed our luck far enough. We should probably call it a day and say, look, you know, although the weather's okay, we're down to about a 1,200 foot overcast and it's a little rainy and it's fairly cold outside. Well, although this is working, we probably want to say, hey, we've pushed our luck enough. This is below our personal minimums. We should go ahead and land here at Baker and either camp under the wing or find a nice, really not nice, probably very sketchy motel to stay in overnight at least, and then we can try it again tomorrow. So we flew over Baker and, well, this is what happened.
You have the runway down there?
I don't.
I got the beacon.
Yeah, I mean, I see the beacon.
Are you switched to COM 2 or COM 1 to transmit it and receive COM 1?
What do you mean?
Like, are we transmitting on the right frequency, on the right radio?
22.9, right?
Yeah, that's what it says here on the chart. Baker Unicom, Cessna 62 Delta. I got the windsock and I got the beacon. I got no runway lights. Son of a bitch, that sucks.
So yeah, to make a long story short, we called a lot of phone numbers, looked up things in the AFD and the chart supplement, called everyone we knew we could that might be able to turn those lights on, and no, it wasn't on a different frequency, it wasn't anything special, they just weren't working. So despite actually checking NOTAMs, I guess that just means that for someone to actually make a NOTAM about the lights being out of service, somebody has to first find out that the lights are in fact out of service. And that night, we were that unlucky person. So, without a lot of options left, bad weather behind us, and presumably good weather ahead of us, given what the METAR reports were coming out of Las Vegas and from our friends on the ground in Pahrump, we decided to push on just a little bit further.
So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just keep heading towards Pahrump.
Yeah, there's just that one higher area.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, I do worry a little bit about icing, but we're okay now-ish on the temperature and stuff, so if we can just keep it wings level and keep going, then should be fine, right?
And we're actually thinking about landing at that airport, or?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna get a hotel for the night. If the lights would have turned on, I totally would have been ready to call it. Enough fun for one day.
So in the end, everything worked out. Steph was awesome. We took turns flying back and forth. She did most of the flying. I backed her up on the instruments, navigation, checking weather, talking to ATC, what little we could, being at such a low altitude. And having two pilots in the airplane, huge help here. Very exhausting, flying low altitude, basically by instruments only, over featureless terrain at night with rain and low ceilings. It did open up for us as we got through that last mountain pass, crossing over into the Las Vegas area, getting towards Pahrump, and weather was wonderful in Pahrump. We were able to make a very uneventful landing there and breathe a big sigh of relief that not only the flight went well, but we were back where we wanted to be, pretty much on time, and get to sleep in your own bed. Any day you get to sleep in your own bed and the airplane is still usable, that's a good day. And we are back in our trailer house, exhausted.
Tired.
Yeah, so shocker, flying at night in bad weather. It's like, I don't know, no one's ever done that before. Definitely not us, again.
No.
So, yeah, I really would have liked to stay at Baker, but we saw the lighted windsock, the beacon.
But no runway lights.
Yeah.
And what did they say on the phone to you? When you
So I was able to call him on the cell phone and got reception, because, I mean, you can only push your luck so far. I felt like we had pushed our luck far enough for the day. It's probably a good time to call it. Got a hold of some woman that was nowhere near Baker, in some far away place, that said she'd try to call somebody, but wasn't really sure if the lights were working there or not. But either way, we made it back safe, and, okay, we're never flying at night in bad weather again.
Well, not at night unless we plan to.
Yeah, unless we just do. So that's pretty much it. Time to wrap up the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, we're safe, we're stupid, and
yes, we know. You can leave the comments aside about how stupid we are.
But yeah, mostly, I mean, most flying is decision making, and you just have to make those kind of on the fly decisions and try to make the right one. So you get to come back to this lovely, humble trailer that we live in. So,
and I made a huge pot of chili before we left, so we have food. Yay!
Yeah, so that's good. Either way, more flying tomorrow.
Yeah.
We need to get some sleep. Get some chili, get some sleep. Go more. More flying. I'm so tired. Like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Next time on Flight Mike Alpha, we leave behind our humble little trailer house with the airplane and get reunited with Taylor and his 170, meet up with Dustin as well and some other friends, and go play around in the desert a bit. Some amazing spots, place that looks kind of like Planet of the Apes because that's where they filmed Planet of the Apes, and much, much more coming up next time. We'll see you guys in the next one.